Hey guys, it's me rivzaix, and welcome back to another video. Or if you're new here, hi, how are ya? I've been kind of working on a save file. Um, Not to just kind of scare you guys, but I'm not really that much interested in making SoFlow anymore, as I am invested in this save file. This is my pinecrest save file. It's kind of, its theme is surrounded around a small town. Most small town save files have like a little mystery to them, so naturally I felt inclined to add like some mystery, some like mystical stuff going on. And I'll talk about that a little later, but first I want to get into what pinecrest actually is. Pinecrest is the name of the save file along with the name of the main city. However, for the save file, I'll be using two worlds, maybe three, I don't know yet. And those two will be Willow Creek and Newcastle. Maybe I get out the retreat, I'll probably try to use Granite Falls or even Copperdale because they have the same nature as what I'm going for Willow Creek and Newcrest. I haven't really been lore building as much as I should. I've more so been focusing on like brainstorming and trying to figure out like where the origins of the save file is and the sims that I made so far. I'm trying to figure out how did they come here, were they born here, and etc etc. So before I get into everything else, I kind of want to I kind of want to throw out just what I have written down as a very short draft so you guys can get kind of familiar with what Pinecrest is in its history. Pinecrest, established in 1920, a population of 230, that will probably change. Previously a very religious and conservative town, but slowly began to become progressive over the years. Because of this, there's a lot of nods to religion within the world, such as outdated billboard. Pinterest is rich in culture and its diversity is alive and thriving. Its progressiveness I didn't write that right, is due to its rapid growth population driven by young, highly educated, and diverse newcomers. Pinecrest is a major cultural hub for the performing arts, with a variety of music stores and home to the Woodstock Music Festival. This tradition is thanks to Sean Wood, a now retired bluegrass musician who now runs Wood's Music Supply, a music store downtown. That's what I have so far, really. This video is gonna be a long play, so it'll be lots of me just yapping and just like spilling my guts and just like brainstorming and throwing stuff out left and right. So if you're prepared for that, keep watching. If you're not, I think you should still keep watching because I make a lot of valid points. Just keep listening, okay? Now, my main inspiration for this save file is mostly the Pacific Northwest, but I feel like I kind of mix in like more southern imagery with it in terms of like how religious it was in the past. Oops, I feel like this does very southern, especially with the billboards that I put around town. So think of cities like Michigan or like small towns in Michigan or like, I don't know, Tennessee. Wait, that's too southern. So yeah, that's mainly my inspo, as well as my main inspo for my entire brand is Life is Strange. We know that. There's also another game like Tell Me Why, which is very similar to Life is Strange. It's a Choices Matter game as well. If you haven't played it or if you don't know about it, go ahead and play it. I do have to say that it's free for the month of June, so next year around June, go ahead and add it to your library and download it. It'll be completely free. If you watch my videos regularly, you may have already seen me kind of build this house here, and I already mentioned that this is also inspired by Pacific Northwest. And at the time while I was making this, I just made it for fun. I didn't really make it just to be like, oh my gosh, I want to start a new save file. I opened a blank save file. Truthfully, I opened a blank save file just so I can have a quote unquote build save file, because I just kind of build in just any random save file that I'm building in. So I was like, let me just open a blank canvas. It was one of those blank save files that I found online, and I loaded in and I built this house, and then I recorded and uploaded. But I really like the style of it, and my inspiration picture, which if I can find, I'll put it on a screen, is kind of like, I don't know, it inspired me, like it touched me or whatever, and I was like, I want to build another one, so I built this one. And then I added the RV, and then I added trees, and then I added a lake, and I was just like, I'm really liking how this is turning out. And then months later, literally months later, because it's been months since I made that video, probably like a week ago, honestly, I realized that maybe I should start a save file around like this aesthetic, and we can obviously tell that this aesthetic is kind of small towny, right? And that's how Pinecrest became to be. I really like it so far. I've been having so much fun building, which I'll give you guys a little tour right now. Okay, so this is who I talked about earlier. Sean was, this is his house, and this is his daughter. He's supposed to have 2 kids. I've been trying to make his son, but I just haven't liking how he's been turning out. So I'm gonna hold off on that for now. This is his house. He has an RV, a fire pit, um, broken down cars, 2 cars. You know, just like the usual like clutterness, just to make the house so more alive. We're gonna build this later. I just want to give you guys a general tour, and then we'll jump in the building. But this is the living room. This is also his daughter, Aspen. I really like her aesthetic. I think she's so cute. And then we have like this kind of like built-in bookshelf thing situation going on back here. Kitchen, backyard, clothes line. Then you go upstairs. Bathroom, 3 bedrooms, and another bathroom. And I really liked how this turned out. But let's go ahead and show you guys the entire street. Oh, I love this. I love the street so much. It turned out so good. I use Tool a lot. I love Tool, y'all. You know I love Tool. But this house on the end right here is another that I recently just built. Actually, I had a lot of trouble trying to figure out the floor plan, as I usually do. I know I'm really bad with floor plans. Yeah, I know that. But this is another cutesy little house, which I have so much inspiration from houses in Michigan. Um, then here's another one. This is supposed to be like a vacant house, so there isn't much clutter here, but I honestly still might add some just to make it look more lively. And then the big lot here, I was gonna add a little like I was gonna add decoration buildings because I want to build apartments, but I don't have for rent, and I'm not getting for rent because it corrupts save files, and I don't. That's the last thing I need. So I just made a junkyard just to kind of like fill in the area, make it look different. I don't even know. I just do whatever comes to my head, and I can't tell you why it works in my head. It just does, and then it works when I do it, and I just do it, and then I don't know. I don't know. But as you can see, we have a lot of stuff going on here. We got a basketball hoop, a bed, um, fire pit. It's a junkyard. It's stuff you'll find at the junkyard, you know. And of course, I did some extra tooling, so I really, really love this area right here. I just added like a bunch of plants and some trash and trees just to give it that overgrown look, but also that grungy that like this area isn't really that cared for, because I don't imagine that it is anyway. But I really love this billboard. I didn't make it. Shout out to the person who made it. I'll put their username up on the screen because I don't remember the top of my head. But this is really nice, and it nods to what I said earlier about how the town used to be, right? I just kind of put some buses here. Whoop, whoop, rewind. I kind of forgot to mention that the reason why I named it Pinecrest is because I imagined the entire town to be in the forest. Like, I imagine like they live on the outskirts of mountains, right? That's why I kind of put mountain backdrops all around, rocky mountains. So they will live on the outskirts of the mountains. So I put a lot of pine trees, a lot of evergreen trees. There's a lot of trees because I imagine they're in the forest. Like, to get to the mountains, you need to get to the forest first, for lack of better words, right? And I named it pine crest because crest is like the top of something, like the top of a tree. I almost named it Pine Creek because Willow Creek. I looked at the name Willow Creek and I was like, okay, Willow Creek is named Willow Creek because it has a lot of willow trees. New Crest is named New Crest because it's new and it's like the top of like crest just adds onto it. So I tried to combine the meaning of both of those since I used both of the worlds. So we ended up with Pine Crest. Big brain moment. I know, I know, I know. Just some more little tour. I added some deco housing. This is actually from the game. So is this. Most of the stuff I use for my terraforming and tooling is from the game. It's not CC. Some another house. See, we have like a little forest going on here. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Maybe a bunker. Maybe this is a popular spot for what do you call it? Tornadoes. So everybody's kind of has a bunker. Who knows? Because the windows are boarded up here. I just did that for fun. Maybe it's a tornado town. Who knows? Maybe they all die from a tornado one day. I don't know. But going over here, we have some more. Going over here, we have some more just plants. Oh, that to give it that overgrown look that I added here. Oh my gosh, we have so many Sims that I need to delete. Whenever I see Sims, I just immediately delete them because the save file is supposed to be empty. And I want to make my own townies, so I don't want to randomize townies. This is actually another Sim who I already made in a save file. I don't know what she got on, but this is Paloma. I'm not gonna get too much into it because I will talk about her later. This is the creek, Willow Creek. Guys, I'm a freaking genius. Anyways, we have some more houses over here, some more plants I did to give that a foresty look. And I haven't really done much over here because I don't see a purpose to, honestly. Because when I finish this area, which is honestly probably really soon, I'm gonna remove the all worlds clickable. Honestly, when I finish the entire save file, I'm gonna remove the all worlds clickable mod, and Sims won't be able to even come out here. So what's the point of adding stuff if I can't even see it, or if my Sims can't even go to it? But over here is the train. I wanted to make like a little train station, but I didn't know if I could pull it off, so I just added some trains and like the train tracks from Eco Lifestyle and stuff like that. And I added this deco gas station, just like added some trees stuff just to make it look a little more alive. I don't know, whatever. And I left this blue stuff here. I wanted to add something here. I don't know, like a backdrop or something, but I left it here because I wanted to look like the ocean, but it's too blue to look like the ocean. I don't know. I want to show you guys some stuff that I actually made for the save file, which is honestly a lot. Let's go over with the billboards first. I actually made this billboard myself. Why does it have the texture of the... whatever, it's fine. But I actually made this billboard myself. Like, I didn't take the image from Pinterest. I made it myself. I made the text. I honestly only got the cross from online. And then I added back the drop shadow myself. I love creating just for my game and just in general. So I had a really fun making this. I even made it like a little distressed and old, as you can see, and I love how it turned out. Another thing I made is this water tower, which says Home Sweet Home Pinecrest, and over here it says Home of the Trees. I made this label myself. Oh, I love it so much. Its original mesh is from Cats and Dogs. but I made it look a little distressed. I washed the color out because I didn't want to be colorful. I wanted to be bluish and grayish, with the pop of green here for pinecrest. And I love how it turns out. Here's another build board. It's the same build board, but it's a different swatch. There's a few more swatches that I'll show you guys later, but I want to show you guys a bust recolor that I made. This is the bust from high school years. I just made it look a little moldy, a little stanky, just so it could fit with the entire aesthetic of the save file. Okay, so here is everything I made for the save file. First, we have the billboard, as I was talking about. It has the wrong diffuse texture. Just ignore that. I'm gonna fix it later. But first, you have this one, the Home Sweet Home Pinecrest. Then you have this one, which looks a little muddy, a little older. Then we have this one, as you guys saw earlier. Then this one, I think this one is so funny. I saw it on Pinterest. I was like, that's so funny. And then I just recreated it. I didn't take the picture, I just recreated it myself. And I love how it turned out. And then another one just looking a little more dirtier. I also think this is really funny. I had no inspo picture for this. Actually, I did. My inspo picture for this was Better Call Saul. If you guys watch Breaking Bad and you don't know about Better Call Saul, don't watch it. It's terrible. But I, but I made this. I was gonna add a picture of Sean, but I didn't want to get in my game. Didn't take a picture of him. Then remove it, and then make it into a PNG, and then add it on. I just made it just like this. And it's still really nice. Look at it. Are you beauty cheeks at the guitar? Better call Saul. Sean Woods, music teacher. I just use the same number from what you call it. Better call Saul, because why not? And then this other swatch just make it look more dirtier. Here is the water tower. I want to add another swatch for the water tower. Just don't know what yet, but I will in the future. Here is a light that I made just so it can be easier for me to find. I also want to go back and make it a little more textured, as I did with everything else. And here's another light, which I actually have right here. This is from the game. This is this right here. This one is from Get Famous. I'll probably use it in like the city downtown area. And this is from Business and Hobbies, which I'll probably just use it for the residential areas. And here's another bigger build board. It only has one swatch. I was gonna add more, but I was trying to figure out the dimensions of it because the texture of it looked a little weird and it was hard for me to understand. So I just only made one just to see how it looked in my game, and I like it so far. So maybe I'll make them another one. It cuts off a little, but I don't mind. Who's gonna realize? Literally nobody. The next segment will actually be me terraforming and Newcrest, actually, because I want to build some houses there, but I won't build it just yet. I just want to terraform and show you guys how I made this area in a different area, which is not, that literally makes no sense, but it makes sense in my brain, and I think that's the most important thing. I just want to show you guys how I make pinecrest look like pinecrest, for lack of better words. Before we go, I actually just want to show you guys how little I've done, yet how much I've done. I have so much more to do. I want to add a lake here. I want to add a city hall here. I want to add another lake here. Another residential area, probably. This will probably be like a historic area. As for Newcrest, I've done very little. I made this pool on TikTok Live and Twitch. You should follow me over there because I go live from time to time. It's a little bit of surprise. I don't have a schedule. It's a little bit of surprise. The element of surprise. But here is Sean's music supply. Show you guys stuff. Actually, let's look at it now. Why not? Why not? He is there right now, so I do want to show you guys that. So this is Sean. He is an elder. He is an elder. I really had him as an adult, but I was like, he's been in this town for a while. He's one of the founders of like the music scene here, so I feel like he would be older, you know. So I made him older. This is his music supply, very very small store. Um, quick tour because why not? Why is there a stop sign here? Hold on, what the heck? Here, I'll add it right here. Oh my god, a townie that I have to delete. I love doing this. How fun. Okay, so this is the music store. Love, 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 love how this turned out. I'll throw my info pictures on the screen, but I love how this turned out. I was really supposed to do a video on this, but I started like floor planning, and I was like I put like the tables here, the displays here, and I was like, oh my god, I really 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 like how this turned out. So I kept building on it. I was like, I gotta stop, I gotta go live, and I didn't, and now we're here. Okay. But right when you come in, we have a piano on display that the customers can play and test out. I'd imagine just like a hand-me-down. That's why it has stickers, right? Some vintage guitars, some microphones. It is a neat spot. So he has stuff like guitars, headphones, amps, more guitars, record players, more guitars, CDs, more piano work, well, keyboards. We have a lot of vinyls, a lot of different type of vinyls, some more pianos, vinyls, CDs. Here's an area with what is this? Why is this here? What the hell, Beyonce? I'm gonna put this over here. Anyways, like I was saying, this is the area where customers can quote unquote test the vinyls. You can actually listen to music on both of these items. Whoa, I lied. Only this one. Then over here is the bathroom. Very, very small. And then over here, there's the staff, the break room slash office. See how I like have a little window here? I thought I was so clever for this because it's so realistic. Just to like have like a little small business in a little small building, and then like have a window that looks into the office, or a window that looks out into the what do you call it? Main floor. You come in here, here's what the office looks like. Very nice, right? Very, very nice, very cozy. You know, he's a supporter, as he should be. Have a little kitchenette and a bathroom with a shower, because I'd imagine that the store is kind of like a safe house. Oh yeah, also we have a jump set here, some couches, but I imagine this a place is kind of like a safe house for outcasts. So like if people who are lost and just like stumble their way into Pinecrest, so we'll take them in and be like, okay, we'll figure it out in the morning. If it's late at night, we'll figure out in the morning and get yourself a snack, take yourself a shower, go to sleep. Or like if there's like teens in the area who are like can't find our way home, I don't know, I just feel like if you need assistance, come here and he will help. That's kind of the idea that I had in my mind, especially since kind of everyone kind of knows him, and like I said, he's a founding father of like the music scene here. So like a bunch of small artists might come here and be like, Sean, I really need help, and he'll gladly help them. That's kind of my vision for this. My actual inspiration for this was Sweat Records, which is historically a staple for Miami. If you know, you know. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I imagine this to be the downtown area. So I added some buildings and I added a street light. This is actually a street light by Freak, but I wanted to use my street light, but I don't know. Anyways, some buildings. I'm really liking how this area is turning out. I'll evolve it some more later on, but for now, it's beautiful, isn't it? Then I got some more stuff going on over here. This little convenience store. Some more of the foresty vibes. It is very foresty, but I imagine this area to be like more open, less trees, so I'm not gonna add too much. Another one of the home sweet home pinecrest signs. That's why not. Might as well. Add some rocks here, just kind of give you that rocky mountain kind of feel. It's the outer skirts. Well, downtown is down. It depends how you look at it. Uptown, downtown, it's all the same thing. This is the pool house. I'm not gonna lie, it's very boring, and I'm gonna be so straightforward with this because this area is clearly under development, and I don't even know if I want to keep this pool here. Honestly, pool inside, front counter, bathrooms, break areas, award, possible swim team. Who knows? Training rooms, ugly. Next. There's so many detours. We are finally here. I want to show you guys how I make pinecrest. Why? Just to make it easier for myself, I favorite all the landscaping stuff that I use, like the trees and the plants and the rocks and etc, just so it can be easier for me to find later on, right? The favorite feature is actually by Twisted Maxi. It comes with the better build by. I almost said tool, but it comes with better build by. First thing first, the very main thing are these trees. These trees are from they come in a group, and they're from Cottage Living, and I use them. You see them literally everywhere, and it's kind of like just try to get some variation of them and like different angles and just place them literally all over the entire lot. Right, and then open up tool and just place them anywhere basically. If I don't like it, I'll change it. I can always change it later, you know. Let's put one right there, right here, far away over there. Whoops. Over here, right there, right there. I wanted to bring a sim here just so this can be a little easier. I failed to do that, so now I'm stuck here doing this. It's fine, I don't really mind. This is cool too. Then the last one shall be where? Where shall the last one go, chat? Let's do it right here. I actually changed my mind. Let's put it right here. Cool. Okay. Another thing that I use is also from Cottage Living is these bushes, these shrubs, I guess. And I also place these all over the lots, like in different angles. This save file is gonna be so heavy on my GPU and my memory, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm unstoppable. I've really been having so much fun making this save file. Guys know building is my forte, and I also love storytelling. So just making save files just kind of combines the two. Which is why I'm surprised as of why I don't feel so much inspiration to continue SoFlo. I don't know, maybe I think I was just putting too much pressure on myself, honestly, which is a huge possibility because of course I was making SoFlo off of the town, the region that I was born and raised in, right? So naturally I felt inclined to just do like the best job as possible, and I felt like that kind of stunted my growth. I was just aiming for perfection instead of what felt right. And I also realized that a lot of people also liked the save file and wanted involvement in it, and they wanted to play in it. So I kind of tried to find the middle ground of my own experiences and then other people's experiences, and that's where I went wrong. I should just focus on what so flow just felt like and looked like to me. You know what I mean? So maybe in the near future, I'll look back on it. I'll open up the save file again and start over or something, or start over a third time, or I don't know, build up from what I have. But for now, I'm just leaving it. I'm just leaving it in the past. Another tree I like to use is this tree from Get Together. Another tree I just kind of like to once again put on my lot as many times as I possibly can. And I don't worry about rotating it because obviously it doesn't need to be. And I kind of place them like far away from each other. Like I don't place them in groups. Kind of place them like this. Do it, do it, do it, do it like this. Let's put them far away over here. And far away over here. Nice. Achoo, nice. Okay. Cool. See, we're already getting somewhere. I also like to use these trees. Sometimes I'll make them a little bigger. Since I like to use these trees right here on the middle of the row thing, I'll put a few here just so I can put them right there. I keep going to press live mode. It's a curse. I'm cursed, y'all. I don't know what to say, but I can't let you get away. I was admiring your pretty face. Come to my house, you can get away. I got a pool. Okay, and now I'm gonna place these just like kind of wherever it looks too empty, which is not a bad thing, but it's a personal preference, chat. Okay, it's a little empty right here. Let's just put some more right there, over there. Another tree that I like to use is also from Get Together are these two. I've been using these a lot recently. So it's kind of add one right here. Well, I don't know where to add this one at. Sure, actually just keep it right here. I don't mind. That looks really nice, actually. Bacon, egg, and cheese, cheese, cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese, cheese, cheese. Ooh, it's a nice chat. Let me know, 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 let me know. When I'm terraforming, I just kind of like, I don't think. I don't think. I do not think. I just kind of do whatever. Like, if I want the tree here, I put it there and I leave it there. If I want the tree here, I leave it there. If I want the tree here, I leave it there. You know, I don't really like have a structure. But sometimes if I'm like quote unquote done, or if I feel like it looks too empty, I'll go back and I'll add some of these. This is from base game. Some base game plants, or add some more of the cottage living shrubs, and sometimes I'll size it up just to look more voluminous. Just to make it look more voluminous. I also use these low-lying ferns. They look like ferns from Business and Hobbies. If you guys don't know about Better Build By, or just don't know about the debug menu in general, I really recommend that you venture out and give it a try. So much stuff here. Whoops. Sometimes I can't place items where I want to place them at because in the game there's already an object there that you can't click, and since all worlds empty makes objects basically invisible, the object is still technically there, we just can't see it. So when I try to click on that area, it basically like says like, oh, there's an object here, so I can't click it. So what I like to do is I like to like get the plant and click it as close as I can get it to where I want to place it at, and then hold down Alt and just keep clicking. You see how like I can move it like very carefully. Little trick for y'all if y'all didn't know that. I'm gonna size up some more shrubs. We can see it slowly coming together, chat. I call you guys chat as if we're live. I want to go live eventually. Just been having technical difficulties. But we're slowly coming together. And this is how I make pinecrest. Okay, so we are back at the Woods house. This is what I'm going to refer to their place as for right now. Why does she keep changing to this outfit? It's not even in her cast. I don't know why she keeps changing into it. Aspen, please. I'm gonna have her go outside so I can properly build. And I think I want to just set up furniture, not necessarily clutter, right? Clutter just takes too much time. This video would be 4 hours long. But first I want to swap out the cabinets that I have in the kitchen here. I originally had those there because when I first made this shell, it was no CC, but then I realized I'm not gonna upload this, so here we are. Ooh, let's use these. Change my mind. I can't see the counters because I like to place them myself instead of using the automatic counter shit I hated. So I'm just look up well loved. I love Winged Llama CC, and without fail I use them in every single one of my builds, every single one of my save files. I use them so much. Honestly the best. Honestly top tier, you know? Good quality, good person, beautiful aesthetics. I'm gonna use these. Is this it? That's it. Wait. I can use it! I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I almost lowered my UI just so I can see a little better. Almost. And I realized there is no need. And everything's fine. Should I make this area just like a little pantry? Cause I don't feel like it makes much sense just to kind of have this elongated area. I don't like how that word. I don't like how I worded that. Like, should I do something like this? Hmm. Let me see. Let me look at the cabinets. The cabinetry. Then I will make my final decision. Oh no, I hate this little glitch. I have a mod in my game to fix that. But for some reason, it just doesn't fix. I don't know why. Maybe I'm using it wrong. Let me know if I am, child. Is this realistic or is it ugly and stupid and chopped and screwed? I don't know. I really don't know. I can't tell for some reason. I'm gonna just listen to my heart. My heart's telling me to do something like this. My heart's already the two windows is what's throwing me off. Oops. I think that was what's throwing me off just a little bit. Here, I'll add a very small doorway here. Or archway, not doorway. Also, I want to replace these archways. These are our winged one, but they function as doors for some reason. So I'm just gonna quickly swap those out. Ooh, I don't know what I kind of upgraded the space. It made it look really nice. Okay. I'm gonna swap out the refrigerator for one that doesn't blacken out the cabinet and also fits the aesthetic. Okay, fits the aesthetic of the house. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. How's this one looking? Okay, not too bad, not too bad. I will keep it. We'll keep it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it for now. I'm gonna add a sink. I'm going to add this sink and make it. Ooh. I'm just gonna make it so the rag is red, but I didn't know that the sink itself came in a green swatch. That's really cool. Ooh. For future reference. I actually don't like this. I'm gonna switch out the refrigerator. Okay, that can work out. I feel like there should be something here. Like maybe a spandrel. Or is that too much? Or maybe even like a wall. And you know how like sometimes it'll have just like a window, an open window, like no glass, like this. Am I a genius? I really like that. I think I'm an undercover genius. I'm an undercover genius. Maybe it's sink in front of the window. Very typical, right? And then window right here. I'm sorry if like my frames are really choppy. I'm trying to figure out why my game is so laggy. Hold on, let's see. Perhaps it was G-Shade. Okay. Kitchen is somewhat done. There's no trash can. Let me just add one really quickly because I always forget to add trash cans. I always forget to add trash cans and bathrooms in my build. It's not fun. I always forget. And then when I remember it's too late. Okay, right here, of course, none other than the dining table. I feel like Sean kind of decorated the house himself. Of course, he doesn't have a wife. I'd imagine that his wife is either missing or dead. And that's because his wife is very an outdoorsy person. You kind of see where this is going already. But she's a very outdoorsy person. And one day she went to go hike in the mountains and she never came back. She never came back, but Sean still wears his wedding ring, and he likes to imagine that she's still alive. I'd like to imagine not. And the reason why we have 3 bedrooms in his house is because he actually has 3 children. But I'd imagine that his third child is a very ambitious person, very like set in his own rules and his own ways. And when he found out that what happened to his mom, he kind of took initiative. He was like, why is nobody like opening a case about this? Like there has to be something wrong. So he went into the mountains himself, and he also never came back. So do with that information as you will. Um, that's just kind of lore job right now. Leave it like that. And I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really. I like I said earlier. The save file, like of course, any small town save file has like that like mystery to it, right? And I really haven't developed the lore on that yet. I just know when you go in that mountains to hike, you're not coming back for whatever reason. For whatever, maybe you got killed. I don't know, or maybe it's a portal to a different world. You know. Who knows? I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just an NB. I was gonna say I'm just a girl, but I'm just an NB. I don't know. Just if you know want to help me out, leave a comment down below. Let me know what I should do for that lore job. You know, like what's going on in the mountains. I would really appreciate the help. Okay, let's put some picture frames here. Cause why not? I can fill them in later with the Ravishine portrait mod. trying to make it so it's centered on the wall. Some all plates you can't really, I don't have much control over that. Okay. Okay, I like that. Very cool, very cool. I want to add like a little console table here. I don't normally use base game CC when I'm building houses, but since I imagine this house to be obviously a little older, a little outdated. Well, this entire save file, most of it, honestly. I will be using older CC. I really like how this looks. I thought this was a functionality for the longest time, but it's not. I'm gonna add that there. It's pretty cool. And of course, a room is not complete without a plant or 5. Oh, another amazing plant by the famous winged llama. Now, what do I add right here and what do I add right here? I'll look up inspo pictures on Pinterest and I'll come back to that. But now we're back in the living room. And I already have kind of a plan, an idea in my head of how I want it to look. We have the couch by Frederic. As you can tell, I recolored it, and I love how it turned out. I love how it turned out. I honestly don't mind that there's like you can see like what color it used to be. I honestly don't mind. I think imperfection, especially in a save like this, is honestly the goal. Honestly, I think it's really cool. Personally, I don't know. Might be just me. Look at this cute coffee table. Oh, nice. I I love these rugs from what is this pack? The laundry day stuff pack. And I try to use them whenever I can. Well, I haven't really been using them a lot as of lately, but I really, really want to start. I definitely want to start. I want to make a little reading nook right here. Excuse me. How do I make this? Because I guess like this. I guess like this. But I don't want it to look like out of place, like and stupid and freaky. Okay, it looks stupid and freaky. I don't want it to look stupid and freaky. So let's do a little something like this. Upside down, upside down. I added this here because I realized that I really like how this looked and it looked like Sean's style, so I added it there. What else next? Maybe this over here. It looks like a what do you call it? Trunk. It just kind of opens up. Like there's secrets that lie in it. I like that. I just scratched myself too hard and I feel myself bleed. Okay. Let's see. And I want to add a little lamp. I really, really like using this lamp as of lately. Or maybe should I add it over here? Nah, the fireplace kind of scares me. I don't know. I get really scared whenever there's a fireplace and I add a rug or a lamp or a TV upon it. I get really conscious. I get really like self-aware. I'm like, damn, what if this shit catches on fire and all my Sims die? I I get really scared. I fear. Even though, well, the chances of it happening are very high. My Sims are stupid. Let's be real. Sims are stupid and do stupid things. So I was about to say like I have nothing to worry about. Like they'll be alright, but nah. I have every single reason to worry. I fear every single reason, and I don't simply use blue in my builds as of like the color. Like I just don't use it as much as I normally should. So I think I'm gonna use blue on this swatch. Ooh, or maybe even this one. That looks really nice. Or if we had a little fish tank right here. Fish tank. Fish. Fish. Or if we have fish in the walls. What if he likes fishing? He's very outdoorsy like his wife was. So I feel like they like pets. I feel like they'll probably have a dog. So let's add that here. Ooh, or should we have the fish tank right here? Wait, that's kind of cute. And isn't that kind of realistic? Like you would just kind of put something right in a corner right there. I did say he likes fishing, so let's put some fish on the wall. Let's put one right there, another one. Ew, these freak me out. I don't know why. I never use them because they freak me out. Like, ew, no. I don't know. I have a really big fear of the sea. I don't know how to swim. So everything related to this just kind of freaks me out. Did I say The Sims? Yeah, The Sims too, but the sea. Let's of course add some more picture frames. I'm gonna eventually like get around to making his wife and making both his alive and dead son. Um just take pictures, make them younger. Well, I can't make them younger because I don't want to, but I definitely will like have some pictures of them here. Whenever I use like this area of the like build menu, like the object swipe room, sometimes I like to make sure that I use every single object. So like I don't have a painting kit, I'll use a painting somewhere. Does this count as a painting? Probably not, but I'm still gonna add it. Hashtag Bird Church. I don't have an accent table unless you count this. This is a coffee table. I already have two coffee tables. I want to add an accent table right here. Are you probably behind here? We'll see. This matches the coffee table. Let's go ahead and put it. Actually, no, let's use a different one. Like, let's kind of add this back here. We have our accent table. Cool. Oh, we already have a lamp. We already have a TV. It's right here. We have living chairs. We don't have a radio. It's just a radiator. It is something that plays audio. Let's get the sound bar. Nice. That's gonna catch on fire. Okay, now let's add a statue. I like this mirror, this broken glass. Where do I put this at? I don't have any wall space and I don't want to put it against the window. I'm gonna add it in the hallway. That's really nice. That is nice. Oh, we got some cigarettes. Let's put some here. Actually, no, that's not decoration. That is not decoration. Let's put this right here. Why not? That looks really nice. I like this little area right here. We already have plants. We don't need scratching posts. because they don't have cats. But I will add this feeder over here. Where are the dogs? Let's say they have 2 dogs, right? I haven't made their dogs yet, but not that I realize that they love outdoors and animals. I probably should. Eventually. Let's just add these pet beds kind of wherever we can. Cute. I really like this. Last thing we need is curtains. I'm gonna save my game. I just had a major lag spike for those of you who's not watching and have me in the background. I just had a major lag spike and that scared the crap bejeebies out of me. I really like using these blinds, so I will put them right there and right there. I want to add curtains, I just don't know which. I feel like I always use these. I abuse these too much. Whenever I use them, they're always in the same swatch. This is a green swatch. Let's do something different today. Honestly, I was about to shame myself for using it, but I feel like it'll make sense here. Because they like outdoorsy stuff, so naturally they'll have a lot of earth tone items, right? Or am I coping? Let me know. I want to use like messy curtains. I don't want to use curtains that look too perfect. Like, let's be for real, you know what I mean? I think that's cool. A room with 2 radiators. Yeah, shut up. I don't know. And I think that's all for this room. Of course, I'm gonna add some books later, but whatever. Alright, I already did the dining room. We already got some of the clutter here. Let's transfer. Okay. Ooh, almost forgot. A rug underneath the dining table. Yeah, like that. Or should I put it like this? I think like that is more cozier. Definitely. Let's get a rug for the sliding doors. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, I really like these. Now, the last thing I want to focus on for this house before I have my ending segment and end the video, I want to go ahead and do the bathrooms. Let's do this first bathroom. Okay, so shower, of course. Toilet. Sitting on toilet. Sitting on toilet. If y'all know that meme, you are my target audience. Sitting on toilet. Sitting on toilet. I feel like I have just like a little bit of millennial humor, but it really can't be helped. I grew up watching millennial YouTubers. Oh, wait, or should I make the bathroom like this? Try to change it up a little. Where would the toilet go? Never mind. Let me keep doing this. Okay. I wanted to add that, I wanted to make the bathroom blue. Because I was like, damn, I never use the color blue with my builds, but that's not gonna work out here, I fear. That is not gonna work out here. Even though I really wanted to. Oh wait, should we add some tile in the kitchen? Completely forgot about that. Okay. And of course we need a mirror. Let's add a mirror on top of the, what should I call it? Toilet? That's very realistic, right? And of course a mirror for the sink. Y'all already know what sink I'm gonna use. The well-rounded sink. Ew, it's dirty. Ew. Okay, I really like this actually. No lie. No lie, real shit. I like it a lot. Ooh, so cute, so cute. Okay, I was gonna add a desk right here, but I don't know if it'll be all that function if I do. So I just kind of added this a sideboard. And honestly, I think this is it for this video. I kind of wanted to go in here and show you guys my process of how I do things, but I also want to introduce you guys to Pinecrest because I'm really loving how the save file is turning out so far, and I kind of want to track my progress because I hate to say it, guys, but this save file I won't be uploading it as of right now. Maybe, but I don't know for sure. I think I want to keep it very personal for now, but if I ever do change my mind, I'll let you guys know. Follow my Tumblr for any updates. My Tumblr is rivzaix.tumblr.com. Follow my TikTok. Um, follow my Twitter. I post a lot on Twitter. I'm a shit poster. And subscribe. Join the Moon Galaxy. So chill over here. And thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. And bye. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.